Welcome to Zenith History today. We're uncovering the secretive and powerful world of the Praetorian Guard, Rome's elite soldiers who weren't just protectors of the emperor, but often the real power behind the throne. Throughout the centuries, these elite guards were both feared and respected, playing a pivotal role in the rise and fall of emperors. They were meant to serve as bodyguards, but as history unfolded, the Praetorian Guard became one of the most influential and dangerous forces in ancient Rome. So, how did these soldiers rise to such power? And how did they change the course of Roman history? Let's dive into the story of the Praetorian Guard, the emperors they served, and the many they betrayed. The Praetorian Guard was first established around 27 BCE by Augustus, the first Roman emperor. While personal bodyguards for Roman generals had existed for centuries, Augustus formalized this tradition by creating a permanent unit of elite soldiers tasked with protecting the emperor. The idea was simple. These soldiers would act as the emperor's closest and most trusted protectors, loyal only to him. In the early days, they were a relatively small, discreet force, kept away from the public eye. Augustus was careful not to turn them into a symbol of imperial power that could overshadow his image as a first among equals. But over time, the Praetorian Guard expanded in both size and influence. They were stationed in Rome itself, living in the Praetorian camp, or Castra Praetoria, on the outskirts of the city. This proximity to the heart of the Roman Empire meant that the Praetorian Guard didn't just protect the emperor, they became deeply involved in the political machinations of the empire. By the time of the Julio-Claudian emperors, the Guard had become a force to be reckoned with, influencing everything from imperial succession to major political decisions. At the head of the Praetorian Guard was the Praetorian Prefect, a position that would become one of the most powerful roles in Rome. These prefects weren't just military commanders. They were often trusted advisors to the emperor, controlling access to him and even manipulating political outcomes. Some Praetorian prefects became kingmakers, deciding who would sit on the throne and who would fall from power. One such prefect was Sejanus, who served under Emperor Tiberius in the early 1st century. Sejanus used his position to consolidate power, eliminating rivals, and even plotting to overthrow Tiberius himself. While Sejanus was ultimately executed for his treachery, his rise to power showed just how influential the Praetorian Guard had become. The Praetorians' influence reached its peak during the Year of the Four Emperors in 69 CE. After the infamous suicide of Emperor Nero, the empire was plunged into chaos, with several military commanders vying for control of Rome. During this tumultuous period, the Praetorian Guard played a decisive role in determining who would rule the empire. They initially backed Galba, one of the claimants to the throne, but soon turned against him when he failed to pay them the bribes he had promised. This betrayal led to Galba's assassination, and the Praetorians then threw their support behind Otho, who briefly became emperor. However, the political instability continued, and it wasn't long before Vespasian emerged as the ultimate victor, founding the Flavian dynasty. This period of chaos highlighted just how easily the Praetorian Guard could swing the balance of power in Rome, often acting in their own interests rather than those of the empire. One of the most notorious acts of the Praetorian Guard came in 193 CE, during what's known as the Year of the Five Emperors. After the assassination of Emperor Pertinax, the Praetorians did something unprecedented. They auctioned off the imperial throne to the highest bidder. The wealthy senator Didius Julianus won the bidding war, promising the Guard a massive payout in exchange for their loyalty and support. However, Julianus's reign was short-lived, as the general Septimius Severus marched on Rome and quickly deposed him. Severus, recognizing the threat posed by the Praetorians, disbanded the entire Guard and replaced them with soldiers loyal to him. It was a bold move, but it temporarily weakened the Praetorians' grip on the empire. Despite Severus's reforms, the Praetorian Guard continued to play a crucial role in the political landscape of Rome. Their ability to make or break emperors became a defining feature of their power. Over the centuries, emperors tried various methods to control the Praetorians, but few succeeded. The Guard remained a key player in imperial politics, and many emperors lived in fear of their own protectors. The Praetorian Guard's downfall came during the reign of Emperor Constantine the Great in the early 4th century. Constantine, having defeated his rivals in a series of civil wars, saw the Praetorians as a dangerous and outdated institution. After his victory at the Battle of Milvian Bridge in 312 CE, Constantine disbanded the Praetorian Guard once and for all, ending their centuries-long influence over Roman politics. The disbandment of the Guard marked the end of an era in which soldiers who were supposed to protect the emperor had, at times, become the ultimate kingmakers. So, what made the Praetorian Guard so powerful? It wasn't just their military training or elite status. Their real power came from their proximity to the emperor and their ability to manipulate imperial succession. They knew that whoever controlled the Praetorians often controlled the empire itself. Over the years, they developed a reputation for treachery, betrayal, and greed, but they were also a symbol of the emperor's power and protection. They were both the sword and the shield of Rome's rulers. But the legacy of the Praetorian Guard goes beyond the political intrigue of ancient Rome. Their story is a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked power and the complex relationship between rulers and those who protect them. The Praetorian Guard started as a body of elite soldiers sworn to defend the emperor, but over time they became something much more, a force that could make or break emperors, and in doing so, shape the fate of the Roman Empire itself. So, what do you think of the Praetorian Guard? Were they protectors or power-hungry manipulators? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into the history of Rome's elite soldiers, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Zenith History for more fascinating stories from history. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.